Okay, so now that we got the weapon symbiotes out of the way, we have 13 points left basically to deal with, because you have 115, and with the 2 Scythe Talons we're left with 13 points to basically equip biomorphs. Going down the list. Alright, first off, on Elite Carnifex, we're not going to use Bioplasma because of the fact that it has the potential of killing the model that's in base to base before being able to use all of its full attacks. So if you kill the model in base to base at the higher initiative and there's no models in base to base, then you won't be able to get your other 4 attacks base or 5 on the charge. Okay, so that's not what you want to do, even though Bioplasma has its place, but for what I really expected you would be using it for is not there. And for those of you who love Bioplasma because it hits on 4+ always, trying to take down skimmers and stuff like that, come on. Please, we'll talk about the shooting Carnifexes, which would be much more effective to take down things like that. So leave your Bioplasma at home for shooting for Elite Close Combat Carnifexes. Alright, let's, next biomorph. Alright, next biomorph is the Acid Maw. Yeah, so why even take this one? We're going to eliminate this one. Why? Because your Carnifex is base strength 9. Okay, there are pretty much 99.9% of the things you're going to attack in close combat, it's going to wound on a 2+. Okay, and the Acid Maw, so basically you're essentially, you know, paying for it to re-roll your 1s, you know, so, you know, I don't really think 6 points is worth that, and you know, worth that much. And if you are attacking things with a really high strength, like, I don't know, Wraith Lords or similar, or another, or you know, something with a really high toughness, I really suggest you not attack it with your Carnifex, because it attacks at such a low initiative, it's probably going to get killed off before you get to retaliate enough attacks for the weaknesses that I pointed out with the Carnifex. So we're going to eliminate Acid Maw. Spore Cysts, honestly, the worst upgrade ever you could give a Carnifex, just for the fact that the spores that it produces are going to be behind your Tyrannid. It's going to spawn right next to your model, and if it doesn't deviate and blow up your Carnifex in the movement phase of the next round, a potential squad could shoot at the Spore Mine, which has a really low toughness, blow it up right next to your Carnifex and wound your Carnifex. So that's an easier way for them to get a wound on a Carnifex, because it's gonna Toxic Mines, you know, always hit it on 4+ regardless of toughness. So I mean, that's stupid in itself. Just to have that. And the Spore Mines will never, they don't do anything. It's not like they capture table quarters or anything like that. So I mean, it's that's the most useless upgrade. Next biomorph. Next biomorph, we look at Toxin Sacs. For CC Carnifex, on the Elite Carnifex, I really don't think you should take them, just because of the fact that it boosts the value of a lot of other things, and well, not necessarily, because it's not like boosts the value of Scything Talons, but okay, the next next biomorph we're going to look at is Tusk. I really think this biomorph is only effective if you can take the Adrenal Glands weapon skill upgrade and the actual Toxic Miasma, because the +1 charge, you know, on the, or sorry, the extra attacks for charging with Tusk is you know, is good, but I really think it only gets effectiveness out if you can combo it with those two things. So we're just going to leave that out on the Elite Carnifex, since we cannot afford all three in one, and that's just my opinion. Next we're going to go look at the Scythe Tail. Scythe Tail gives real value when you can get Toxin Sacs on it, and just because you get strength 5, and you know it's really good against like Marines and like other things like that, and it's it's a good thing, but it costs twice as much as the tail biomorph, which is the mace tail, and and the fact that you pretty much have to buy the Toxin Sauce to get strength 5, because otherwise it would be strength 4. I really feel that it's sort of a gamble, especially for the extra points. So I would definitely take the mace tail over the scythe tail almost in any day. All right, especially since the scythe tail would have a chance if you were going against like double wound creatures to instant kill, because it's strength 9, strength 4. A lot of things are strength, toughness 4. I'm sorry, and below. Next one is Rippers, Symbiote Rippers. They are a point sink. They're pretty much useless, so don't ever buy them. Your creature already counts as 10 models in close combat, so being a monstrous creature, and that's pretty much what we have to go off of that. So just don't buy them. If you happen to model them on a Carnifex, please tell your opponent that you did not purchase them, because if I ever saw one with that, I would immediately ask them, why did you buy Symbiote Rippers? And they say, oh, I just modeled it on them. I'd be like, okay, because I think they are useless. All right, that, and so that's that. Next we're going to talk about what's next on the list. Hold on, let me look. Flesh hooks. For flesh hooks, they have they have a pretty good, for 1 point they do an effective job, especially if you're going to try to do like a close combat elite Carnifex, because if you're going to charge your Carnifex, you want at least it to not strike behind everything. You want to strike it in initiative order, and it can be helpful. It just depends on what you're generally going to be using it for. It really helps when if you've equipped it Carnifex correctly to get that hidden power fist, to kill him, because instead of striking at initiative, you'll strike before the power fist, which is the whole point. The flesh hooks really help about that. But so if you can afford it, I say go ahead and purchase the point worth. But if not, spend it elsewhere. Basically, now that we've eliminated and got our list down to a concise things, we know basically a couple combinations of the 13 points that we can use. There are a lot of combinations that could boost Carnifex's ability, but there are just some combinations that I think really get the most worth when used together. The synergy of them really brings, sort of optimizes the Carnifex. The first is the weapon skill upgrade and the initiative upgrade. Basically, it does what it says. It really helps at fighting that hidden power fist, and so hitting that little power fist is really important. It really helps to snipe that specific power fist, except the only problem is that the Carnifex, as I mentioned before, is too slow to maneuver to get into the right position to snipe that Carnifex. So we're going to eliminate that option, those two together.